Hello and welcome to English for You. It's Reese and Chicklin, and we're here today to talk to you guys about energy.
Energy.
Power.
Like our energy or?
Not the energy that we have, more about the energy that's in the world around us.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Energy is super important because it's to do with how we look after the planet. The article is actually called A New Solution for Storing Energy. Can you think of some different kinds of energy or how we make energy?
I can think of nuclear power.
Nuclear energy.
And nuclear energy and also wind energy.
Wind power, yeah, that's
wind
cool.
power and also solar.
Solar energy comes from the sun.
Yeah, and we also have fossil fuels.
Yeah, fossil fuels are the less good versions of making energy. We'll talk more about these in the article and new solutions for keeping that energy in one place so that we can use it later on. Let's dive into it.
Reading. Best, a new solution for storing energy. As we move away from non-renewable energy, more of our power will come from renewable resources such as the wind and sun. Getting energy from these sources, however, requires a method of storing it. Batteries can do this, but they're expensive. The International Institute for Applied Systems Analysis, IIASA, is developing another more affordable option called BEST. It stands for Buoyancy Energy Storage Technology. If you pull a beach ball underwater, it floats back up to the surface. BEST uses a similar idea. It starts a power generator by using buoyancy, the energy of an object quickly rising to the water's surface. The ambitious design uses a cube made out of a huge number of pipes. Each pipe is used for the storage of buoyant energy. The pipes are pulled down toward the bottom of the ocean, where the energy is stored. When it's time to release the energy, the pipes are let go. They float back up to the surface as if they were giant beach balls pulling an electric motor. This turns it into a generator that provides power. It will take time before BEST is widely used. Nevertheless, it shows great promise.
Today's article will be very scientific, so we have a lot of science language to discuss. It starts by saying, as we move away from non-renewable energy, more of our power will come from renewable resources, such as the wind and sun.
所以这边一开始出现呢 move away from something， 这个 move away 就是有一点远离，所以我们可以把它翻成放弃或停止做什么事情。那其实 renewable 这一个字很好记，它就是从 renew 来的，因为 new 就是新的嘛，所以 re is like doing something one more time， 所以 like re 就有点像是像 cycle recycle 这种概念，所以你 renewable 就是可再生的。那你前面加一个 non-renewable 指的就是不可再生的。
Renewable is much better than non-renewable.
Yeah,
because non-renewable means you cannot use it again. We also saw the word resource. Resource is a noun, and a resource or resource is something that you can use. In this instance, a resource is a country's collective means of supporting itself or becoming wealthier, as represented by its reserves of minerals, land, and other natural assets. Oof, what does that mean? Basically, it's the things that we can use to make energy, and they're often natural resources. Coal, gas, and oil are examples of non-renewable resources, whereas the sun, wind, and water power are examples of renewable resources. So we're trying to use more of those and less of the fossil fuels.
Yeah.
Here's an example sentence. The UK doesn't have many natural resources, so it buys some from other countries.
OK， 所以这个字就是资源的意思 ，resource 或老师刚刚有讲 resource，或者是 resources。那这个矿产资源，老师刚刚也有提到，就是 mineral resources。那比如说你今天我们讲一个片语叫做 inner resources， 那就是有点像你的心理素质的感觉。比如说 he's a grown up, he should know how to cope with difficult situations. However, he whines instead. He has no inner resources.
There's a good adjective we can use here too, resourceful.If a person is resourceful, that means they're good at doing things even though they don't have a lot of resources.
所以呢，文章就说呢，随着我们远离不可再生的能源，我们更多的电力就可以来自老师刚刚讲的，可能是风能、太阳能等等可以再生的资源。
Okay, well, getting back to the article and more about energy. Getting energy from these sources, however, requires a method of storing it.Batteries can do this, but they're expensive. Well, what is a battery? Battery is a noun, and it's a small device that can be used to power something. Actually, batteries come in different shapes and sizes. You don't need wires with a battery, but batteries do run out of energy eventually.If they run out of energy, you have to throw them away, or you can recharge them.
有一些电池是可以充电的，所以电池呢是 battery。那如果没有电，老师刚刚讲到就是 out of battery。所以比如说我的手机没电了，you can say my phone is out of battery.
I hate that.
Yeah， 或者是 my phone is dead，或者甚至 my phone died。我手机没电了。
In Chinese, could you say 我的手机死了？
不行
Doesn't make sense.
很怪吧 But I think we understand. But it's more like it's broken.
Okay.
You can't use it anymore. It's not like it's out of battery. 所以呢，从这些来源获取的能量，我们需要找到方法去储存它嘛。那电池就可以做到这个。不过有一个问题就是它们蛮贵的。
Yeah, I think we're trying to move away from using those old batteries that you throw away, and instead we're moving towards batteries that you can charge again, so that we don't have to waste the materials in making them.
Yeah, true.
Well, back to the article, and it says the International Institute for Applied Systems Analysis, or IIASA, is developing another more affordable option called BEST, B-E-S-T. It stands for Buoyancy Energy Storage Technology. Woo, that's quite the mouthful. Before we talk about what that means, let's have a look at this word, affordable. The word affordable is an adjective, and it comes from the word afford. If something is affordable, it's something that isn't expensive, it's cheap. The price is not so high, so you can afford to buy it. It doesn't cost much money. In the context of the situation, something affordable is something that might be surprisingly cheap. Here's an example sentence. Apartments in Taoyuan are much more affordable than in Taipei City.
Affordable 就是负担得起的。那老师刚刚的句子指的就是桃园的房子比起台北的房子更容易负担得起。那这个字是来自于 afford， 就是负担得起或买得起。比如说 he can't afford a brand new car, so he bought a used one. 那一样我们也可以说 can't afford， 然后加一个东西你买不起的东西，或者是 can't afford to do something， 代表负担不起。比如说 they couldn't afford to find the best lawyer.
That's unfortunate. We also saw the word option, which is a noun and a very useful word. An option is a thing that may be chosen. An option is something you can choose, and usually you'll have 2 or more options, and you can pick one of them. For example, we have 2 options for dinner, Thai food or Mexican food. Which option do you prefer?
Thai food.
Thai food it is. Here's an example sentence with option. I never know what to watch on Netflix as there are too many options.
所以呢 option 就是选择嘛，那毫无选择就是 have no option。比如说 our company had no option but to raise salaries.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, if you're not the boss, but if you're the boss, no. Very bad. 所以呢，这边你可以说 to have someone's options open, 或是 to keep someone's options open, 代表你暂时不想做决定。比如说 she would like to keep her options open until she finds someone that truly loves her. 所以呢，国际应用系统分析学会 this is a very hard phrase. 好，然后正在开发另一种更实惠的选项。什么选项呢？这个选项就是 BEST. 那它代表的是浮力储能技术。
An extra word for you guys from the word option is the word optional, which is an adjective. If something is optional, that means you can choose it if you want to, but you don't have to choose it. It's optional. Well, back to the article. If you pull a beach ball underwater, it floats back up to the surface. Best uses a similar idea. It starts a power generator by using buoyancy, the energy of an object quickly rising to the water's surface. Wow, this is really smart technology. It's a way of harvesting the natural energy that the world produces. Let's talk about the word generator here. It's a noun and it's a machine that gives power to something else. Generators are machines that can hold energy, and then we can use that energy when we need to.
好，所以呢 generator 就是发电机，那很容易的就可以知道它的动词是 generate， 它就是产生能量。所以如果你把一个沙滩球拉到水下，它一定会浮上来嘛。可是 best 这一个东西呢，这个原理它使用了类似的概念，它用浮力，然后就是物体迅速上升到水面的能量来启动这个发电机。
The most common place you might hear the word generator is when we're talking about natural disasters. So if your house has a backup generator, that means there's a machine that holds energy just in case you have no more electricity in your house. You can get power from the generator. Well, back to the article, it says, the ambitious design uses a cube made out of a huge number of pipes. Each pipe is used for the storage of buoyant energy. Well, that's a very beautiful scientific explanation. Let's talk about the word ambitious before we talk about anything else. The word ambitious is an adjective, and in this context, ambitious means a plan or aim or attempt is difficult and will need a lot of effort to succeed. If we describe a person as being ambitious, that means they have a strong desire to succeed. Ambitious people want a lot of success in their life. They want a good job, good money, and recognition. It's good to be ambitious. It can lead you to have a good job, but remember, work isn't everything. Here's an example sentence. Everyone knew Mike's plan to take over the world would fail. It was too ambitious.
ambitious 这一个字呢，其实是来自于 ambition 这一个字，雄心壮志。所以 ambitious 你就会知道说，哦，它可能有代表需付出很大努力的感觉。所以其实呢，变成 ambition， 我们可以说 to fulfill one's ambition， 代表要去实现谁谁谁的理想。比如说 his last job allowed him to fulfill his ambition of working with children。那我们里面有出现了一个 cube， 它其实就是立方体，所以是冰块，就是 ice cubes。那很好记吧
？Yeah, a cube's pretty easy. It's basically a 3D square, right?
Yeah.
The thing about a cube is that all the sides have to be the same length.
Oh.
We also saw the word huge, which you might already know. It's an adjective and it just means big, large, and usually in size, amount, or scale. You can have a huge building, a huge mountain, or if you're feeling very hungry, a huge meal. The article said a huge number of something. So the number is being described as huge, so it just means many or lots of something. Here's an example sentence. It takes a huge amount of time and effort to learn a new language.
所以 huge 就是有数量的意思，那数量的庞大的意思啦。那如果指程度的话，就是很高的。那形容程度，我们还可以说 huge success， 就是非常大的成功。所以比如说 Thanks again to everyone that helped make this event a huge success。所以呢，我们上面也有说到 be made out of something， 就是由什么东西构成嘛。A number of 我们指的是有一些的意思，不过你后面要加可以数的东西哦。那如果你把 A 变成 THE， 就是 the number of something， 就会变成什么东西的数量，所以它们不太一样。那另外一个字呢 buoyant 指的就是有浮力的，所以这个雄心勃勃的设计呢，它是用了一个大量管子制成的立方体，然后每一根管子呢都是拿来储存它的浮力使用。
I love the word buoyant. I'm not sure why, but it sounds fun to say. Yeah, buoyant just means that it will float to the surface of the water if you push it underneath. And by using this kind of motion, we can create energy. The article continues about this kind of technology. It says the pipes are pulled down toward the bottom of the ocean, where the energy is stored. When it's time to release the energy, the pipes are let go.
所以 let something go 就是放开某物，所以 let go of my hand 就是放开我的手。所以呢，管子被拉向海底，储存能量，到了释放能量的时候，管子就会松开。
Let go can also kind of mean to give up, right? If I say, Chicklin, I know you and your boyfriend broke up 3 months ago. I think it's time you let him go.
Oh, yeah, 就是放手让他走嘛。
Yeah, let him go. Well, back to the article and more about what's happening underwater. It says they float back up to the surface as if they were giant beach balls pulling an electric motor. This turns it into a generator that provides power. Wow, so cool. The word motor was also used, and this word is a noun. A motor is a machine, especially one powered by electricity or internal combustion. And it supplies motive, that means movement power, for a vehicle or for another device with moving parts. So a machine inside a car or train or plane is a motor, the part that actually gives the car or the plane or the train the power to move. There are things like motor vehicles, motorbikes, motor cars, and motor boats. Inside of these machines, there are motors. Here's an example sentence. The motor on my bike is broken, so I'll take it to get fixed later.
所以 motor 就是发动机或马达。那我们刚刚老师有提到一些马达的机器，那我们讲一个 motorcycle， 它其实就是打档机车。不过一般呢，我们大部分是 what you normally see are called Scooters， 对，其实是比较小，不是那种真的大台的打档的。一般的机车是 scooter。好，所以呢，就是它们就像巨大的沙滩球一样，会浮回水面。然后你只要拉动电动马达呢，这个能量就可以让发电机开始发电了。
There we are. Well, back to the article, and it says it will take time before BEST is widely used. Nevertheless, it shows great promise.
所以 nevertheless 就是指然而不过怎么样呢？所以虽然呢 BEST 它还距离被广泛使用还有一段时间，不过呢它却很有展望哦。
Yeah, we should be very grateful to these scientists and engineers who are working on new ways for us to create energy in a safe way that doesn't hurt the environment. Super good for the world and good for us too, because we live here. Well, that's all we have for this one-day article about a new form of energy production. Let's go to our For You chat question.
For You chat.
So our For You chat question for the day is this. What other new methods of solving Earth's problems have you heard about?
I recently heard about this really genius tech innovation that's being used to protect coral reefs.
Cool.
You know, they're dying out and they can be damaged by effects of like
climate change and boats
and also human exploration. But they designed this really cool method that's called the robot jellyfish.
Robot jellyfish?
Yeah, and they make the fish swim like a real one. So we can safely explore the coral reefs without destroying them.
Oh, so the robot jellyfish explore the coral reef instead of humans.
Right, so we don't like harm the coral reefs. It's really cool.
I want a pet robot jellyfish.
Right, and it actually looks really cute. I saw the video of that.
They're so cool. That's a really interesting way. I also heard recently about lab-grown meat. Okay. So instead of getting meat from animals like cows or chickens, scientists are able to grow meat in a laboratory, you know, without having a live animal there.
Oh, yeah.
And the meat has all of the nutrition of real meat, you know, protein and iron and stuff. And it's good for your body. So that's good for the earth too, because raising chickens and pigs and cows for us to eat uses a lot of energy.
Yeah, that is true.
So if we can find a way to make the meat without using that energy, we're saving the world. And we're saving the animals too.
I hope it tastes good.
I hope so too. Well, you guys can think about this question and maybe do some research. What other methods are there of protecting the earth and solving the problems? We have so many. That's all we have for today. We hope you enjoyed this and found it interesting. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Vocabulary Review.
Resource. Resource. Earth is running out of resources, so we need to use as little energy as possible. Affordable. This car looks like the most affordable choice. The bigger one is too expensive for us. Option. There are so many delicious-looking dishes on this restaurant's menu. I'm not sure which option to go for. Ambitious. Timmy has a very ambitious plan to visit the moon when he's older. Huge. Felicity got a huge amount of money from her grandma for her birthday. She used some of it to buy a new bike. Motor. James wanted his car to go faster, so he put a more powerful motor in it.
智慧小补帖
Battery. Generator. Cube. Buoyant. Nevertheless.
以上节目是由活用空中美语制作，活用空中美语杂志，请洽询全国各大书店。如欲索取试听教材，请来电02-2364-4000 02-2364-4000，或上网查询，网址是 www.english4u.net www.english4u.net